My participation really is much more to listen as a Catholic and as a bishop than it is really to talk with him. You know, he has a lot of very important people to see, and a very important message. You know, with the Holy Father, you know, it's, you never know. He has surprised me so many times, and always joyfully. I think the type of message that he's going to convey will have several points. First, I think it will follow on what he has taught about the dignity of the human person and our common home, which is the world, and that each of us have simultaneously and concurrently rights and responsibilities, not only to each other as individuals, but also to all of us together formed as a society. That will be addressed both for us is the United States, within our country, in the United States of America, but also in our role as a citizen of the world, if you will, as a nation, in a community of nations. He'll also address the vulnerable, I mean, as far as how we are all participants in society just by the very fact that we're human beings, and that we all have a responsibility to that, and the needs of the poor and those who live in the margins have to come first. So I think he'll help us he'll help raise awareness among us as Catholics, but also among us as just human beings and participants. Thirdly, I think the Holy Father brings a message of hope, and hope that there is so much more that we have in common that unite us as people than that divide us. So I sense there'd be a strong sort of ecumenical message in that regard, an interfaith message, and even just people of goodwill. We have a fragmented postmodern society that is narrative-driven and image-driven. And I think the Holy Father, in telling the story of the gospel and in presenting an image of a merciful God that has always been taught by the Church and has always been doctrine, all right? But the way he does that is done in a fresh way that can grasp our members of our postmodern society and draw all of us into the content of the gospel of Jesus, of love thy neighbor as thyself.